Stop and ask yourself, what if you decided about yourself that you have never actually questioned? Sit with that because there's something, a belief about who you are, what you're capable of, what you deserve, something you carried so long. You stopped seeing it as a belief, you started seeing it as a fact. It is not a fact, it's a decision. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why that distinction changes everything. I'm Charlene from the Assumption Effect. If this is your first time here, this channel is about understanding how the assumptions you make about yourself become the exact blueprint for the life you're living. So today, we're breaking down the difference between belief and fact. Why your brain fights so hard to keep you the same and the exact steps to start changing it. Let's get into this. Let's start with a definition because this is where most people get stuck. And limiting belief is a story you have told yourself so many times that it stopped feeling like a story. It started feeling like the truth. Think about the phrases you run through your head on repeat. I'm not good enough. I always mess this up. That's just not who I am. People like me don't get opportunities like that. Every single one of those statements feels solid. It feels like a fact, but it's not. It's a conclusion you reached, probably a long time ago, probably based on very limited evidence. And then you spend years reinforcing it without ever putting it back on trial or questioning it. Here's the thing that nobody tells you. A decision can be changed. If a belief is a decision, and decisions can be revised, then nothing about your current identity is actually fixed. It only feels fixed because of how long you've been rehearsing it. Your brain is not actually trying to make you happy. It's not trying to make you successful or confident or fulfilled. Your brain has one job when it comes to belief. It is trying to prove you right. So if you believe you'll hesitate in high pressure moments, you will hesitate. If you believe success is difficult and rare and reserved for other people, you will find every reason why that's true. And you will unconsciously create the exact condition that make it true for you. Every single result in your life right now is perfectly aligned with what you currently believe, not with what actually possible for you, not with your talent or your potential or your worth, just with what you believe. That's both the bad news and the incredibly good news. It's bad news because it means the reason you're stuck isn't bad luck or timing or other people. It's a belief running quietly in the background. But it is good news because beliefs can be changed. And if beliefs can be changed, results can be changed. So let me give you an example. Someone believes deep down, I am not a confident public speaker. They get invited to present at work, and because of that belief, their body tenses up, their voices shakes slightly, they stumble over a sentence. Afterwards, their brain says, see, I told you, you're not a confident speaker. But look at what actually the belief created the tension created the stumble, and the stumble became evidence for the belief. It's a closed loop. The belief wasn't describing reality, it was manufacturing it. So, how do you actually break that loop? It starts with awareness. Step one is learning to listen to that inner voice in your head, that voice that speaks, that you think it's you, it's not you. Really listen to that voice in your head without immediately reacting to it. What do you say to yourself on repeat? What fears show up in the exact same moments, over and over? What's the same sentence that plays right before you hesitate, right before you shrink, right before you talk yourself out of something? Don't judge what you hear. The moment you start judging the thoughts, why do I always think this? What's wrong with me? You reinforce the old identity instead of stepping outside of it, observing it. You create distance, you create a gap. Judgment creates more of the same story. This is where your power comes back, in that quiet decision to notice that gap, as that thought, instead of automatically obeying it and react. Once you notice the pattern, you challenge that and actually interrogate it the way you would interrogate any claim someone made to you that you weren't sure was true. So ask yourself 3 questions. First, is it actually true? Is it actually provably true? Second question, where did this belief come from? Was there a specific moment, a specific comment, a specific failure that you build an entire identity around? Third question, what if the opposite were true? Roughly 90% of the beliefs you carry about yourself are not based in objective reality. It is based in fear. They're based in past experiences you've generalized way beyond what it actually proves. Or you based on someone else's opinion, a parent, a teacher, a friend, an ex, a boss, whoever, that you picked up somewhere along the way and simply never put it down to test. Something happening once or twice does not define your future. One rejection, two rejections is not a life sentence. One failure, two failures is not a permanent identity. It is only data. Only data that points that your brain has been treating like entire data set. Remember, your brain is always looking for evidence of what you believe. This is what I call the assumption effect. The beliefs you assume are simply how things are. Are the exact same beliefs quietly building your reality? Whether you consciously choose them or not. Most people never realize this is happening. They think they're just being realistic. They think they're just knowing themselves. But what they're actually doing is running an old, outdated program on repeat and calling the output who I am. Here's the shift I want you to make starting today. Every time you catch yourself saying or thinking a sentence that starts with, I am just not the type of person who, fill in the blank, then you pause. That sentence is not a fact about you. It's an assumption. And assumptions can be tested, challenged, and replaced. Awareness, we question it, we challenge it, is it true? And then we replace it with a new belief, a new story. So here's what I want you to do before this video ends. Pick one belief that you've been living by without question. Write it down and ask if that question is actually true. That question is where change begins. Not motivation, not a 5-year plan, just one question aimed at one old LawOfAssumption. If this resonated with you, subscribe, because in the next video, we're going deep into fear. Why it shows up when you're about to grow in your life or grow to the next step, and why it is not a stop sign. I'll see you in the next video.